Today we will study about photoperiodism. So photo stands for light and periodism stands for length of light. So basically, photoperiodism is a phenomenon where plants respond to the length of day and night. Jadi dalam photoperiodism ini ada satu molekul yang involved which we call as photocyclone. Jadi photocyclone is a blue-green pigment exhibiting in two photoinconvertible isomeric form. Okay, jadi photochrome ini can be divided into two forms. We will see that after this. But before that, let's have a look on how photochrome look like. Jadi ini adalah gambaran or structure how the photochrome look like. Dia macam telinga Mickey Mouse ya. Jadi these two telinga macam telinga ini panjang, we call as two identical subunit. Dan segi empat sama ini we call as chromophore. And this one we call as photoreceptor activity, dan bulat di bawah ini pula we call as kinase activity. Okay, as I said just now, this photochrome existing in two form, right? So the first one is PFR. PFR absorb far red light at 730 nanometer, while PR ni pula akan absorb red light with a peak at 660 nanometer. Jadi both this photochrome PR and PFR are inconvertible and reversibly to the other form, which means PRA can be converted to PFR, and PFRA can be converted to PR. That's what it means by interconvertible and reversibly to the other form. Okay, now we will have a look at the role of photocyclone in the regulating of flowering. Okay, basically, photochrome is the photoreceptor pigment for photoperiodism. PFR is the active form of photocyclone. It will triggering or inhibiting response of flowering. Okay, as we can see here, photochrome for PFR exists as active form of photocyclone, while PR here exists as inactive photocyclone. PFR stimulate the productions of florigens that induce flowering. So this, by the way, florigens are produced in the leaf. So during the day, matahari ini dia contain banyak red light. As you can see di sini ada lampu isyarat warna merah, which means this PR akan absorb red light daripada matahari. Jadi red light ini akan be converted to PFR. Jadi because PR sudah di-convert jadi PFR level ini akan increase. High level PFR trigger flowering in long day plants. Jadi bila level PFR tinggi, dia akan trigger flowering in long day plant. At night or in the dark pula, PFR will revert spontaneously but slowly to more stable but inactive form of PR. Jadi because PFR sudah di-convert ke PR, during the night, level of PFR slowly decreases. Because of PFR sudah di-convert, jadi dia punya level pun akan decrease. Jadi low level PFR will trigger flowering in short day plants.
So now I will explain how PFR level affects flowering in short day plants and long day plants. So in short day plants, apabila concentration of PFR itu rendah, ini akan trigger flowering in short day plants. Short day plants akan berbunga apabila masa malam melebihi critical dark period. Bila ada flash of light interrupting the dark period, this prevents flowering in STPs. Next, in long day plants, apabila concentration of PFR itu tinggi, hal ini menyebabkan long day plants berbunga. LDP only flowers if the night is shorter than critical dark period. So, apabila ada brief flash of light, this will induce flowering in LDP. So, before we get into the roles of photochrome, kita tengok dulu summary kejap. Short day plant ini memerlukan PFR yang rendah supaya florigen can be produced. So, apabila florigen ini is produced, this will induce flowering in short day plant. Next, untuk long day plant pula, ia perlukan concentration PFR yang tinggi supaya florigen boleh produce to induce flowering in long day plant. So, bar ni indicates a 24-hour period, and this dotted line indicates critical dark period. So, during 24 hours, bar yang first ni, day period is longer than night period, sebab yang day ni, yang warna kuning ni sudah melebihi garisan critical dark period, so masa day lebih panjang lah. So apa yang akan jadi? Masa siang yang panjang indicates that the plants receives more sunlight, so it will absorb more red light. Apabila plants receive more red light, so more PR will be converted into PFR. Thus, this causes the PFR concentration to be high. This will prevent flowering in SDP while induce flowering in LDP. So, let's take a look at the second bar. As you can see here, the day period doesn't exceed the critical dark period. Thus, this means the day period is shorter than night period. So, apa jadi? The plants will receive less sunlight, also absorb less red light. Ini bermakna Less PR will be converted into PFR, causes low concentration of PFR. SDP plant akan berbunga while LDP plant tidak berbunga. Let's take a look at the third bar. As we can see, during the 24 hours period, the day period is shorter while night period exceeds critical dark period. Tetapi, during the critical dark period, ada interruption, which is the red light. So, plant akan menerima red light dua kali, which is first during the day and second during critical dark period. Thus, the leaves will absorb more red light. More red light means more PR will be converted into PFR, causing high concentration of PFR. So, high concentration of PFR prevents flowering in SDP while induced flowering in LDP. The fourth bar, as we can see, masa siang masih pendek, masa malam pula melebihi critical dark period. Ada interruption, but now we have far red light. So, apa far red light ni buat? Far red light ni, dia cancel out the red light. So, kamu boleh juga fikir macam far red light ni acts like a curtain which helps to block the sunlight. So, apa jadi when red light is blocked? Plants akan terima red light during the day saja. During CDP dia tak terima red light. Less red light will be absorbed. Less PR will be converted into PFR, causing low concentration of PFR. Low concentration of PFR induce flowering in SDP while prevent flowering in LDP. Let's take a look at the fifth bar. Masa siang masih pendek, masa malam melebihi critical dark period. Ada red light, ada dua kali red light, dan in between the red light there's an far red light here. Tetapi far red light ni hanya boleh cancel out red light di sebelah kiri. Yang di depan ni dia tak boleh cancel. So, apa jadi? Plants terima red light dua kali, which is during the day and during critical dark period. So, causing high concentration of PFR. Prevents flowering in SDP while induced flowering in LDP. So, kita tengok dekat bar yang terakhir. Masa siang masih pendek, masa malam melebihi critical dark period. There's an interruption of red light, but there's also far red light in between them. So, far red light ni sudah cancel out red light dekat sebelah kirinya, yang ini pun sama. So, both red light will be cancelled out. So, plants only receives red light once, which is during the day. So, kita tengok dekat sini, the day period is shorter, red light is absorbed is less. Thus, this causes less PR will be converted into PFR, causing low concentration of PFR. Low concentration of PFR will induce flowering in SDP and prevent flowering in LDP.